seeing the moon rise on the other side of the world. That was a quote that I saw in somebody's home years ago, many, 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 many years ago. And again, the quote just said, I am not the same having seen the moon shine upon the other side of the world. And I guess the same could be said that I am not the same having seen the sunrise on the other side of the world. And today the other side of the world would be what you're looking at right here. At least for me, it is. It's not the other side of the world for some people, but for me, this is the other side of the world. This is Newcastle, Newcastle, Australia, and this is the view that I've been waking up to for the last couple mornings. And you know, Newcastle, I really hadn't put this place on my itinerary, and I just kind of wanted to stay here for a couple days, just to kind of rest up and move onward. But I'm glad I did. I'm glad that I did stay here because now I have a good sense of what the town is like, and it's a wonderful town. It really is. It's a wonderful town with some really wonderful people and some beautiful attractions, as you saw from my video yesterday. But you know, waking up today and going about my morning, looking out here at this view, for some strange reason, I find myself recalling looking out the window from that place that I rented in Zagreb last year. I remember getting to that housing project, if you will, and it looking terrible from the outside, but getting into the apartment, it was rather nice. And for some reason, I found myself thinking about that view when I was looking out here at this view of Newcastle. Oh, wait a minute, wait a minute. I'm sorry. Wait. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Jona put Kivano. Hujvaj. Yo. Hmm. Oh boy, that's good. No, it's not. teabag, teabag coffee is never good. You know, I don't know about you, but teabag coffee is never good. Not at least the teabag coffee that I've had before. But boy, where's Dunkin' Donuts when you need it? You know, I really wish. You know, you know, I've been in Australia now for, oh goodness gracious, I've been in Australia now for better part of a month, and I think I've seen one Starbucks, and that was in the Gold Coast. And in case you're wondering, for those of you out there, you know, that are very, very observant like Mark is, in case you're wondering, it's right here. The biscotti. That's good also. But I've only seen one Starbucks, and that was in the Gold Coast. What I really need to see is a stinking Dunkin' Donuts. And that's what I need to see. I need to see a Dunkin' Donuts. But hmm, in due time, I'll be back to my Dunkin' Donuts right up on the corner from where I live, back home in Florida, thinking about all these places that I've done and things that I've seen and what have you. But you know, maybe I've shared this thought with you before, but if I haven't, I will. When I was a little kid, growing up outside of Cleveland, Ohio, I used to sit there in the classroom, and my attention would be divided between paying attention to the teacher, this big map up on the wall of the world, and the window outside. And I used to sit there and just daydream. I can remember doing that all the way back to when I was just a little kid, because they always had a map up on the wall of the world, and little did I know it at that time, but little did I little did I know it, but I was visualizing. I believe that you can actually visualize your life. Anything the human mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. And that's what I was doing back then as a little kid in Euclid, Ohio, outside of Cleveland. I didn't realize it at the time, but I was conceiving and believing. That's what I was doing. I was conceiving and believing that I would go out and travel the world. And as I would sit there in that classroom, looking out the window and looking at the map and looking at the teacher, I didn't look at the teacher as much as I should have. But as I sat there looking at the map, on all the places on the map, you know, the tendency is to think of all the places you'd like to go and the things that you'd like to see. The Great Wall of China, the pyramids, the Colosseum in Rome, you know, that type of stuff. The beaches of California, you know, koalas in Australia, kangaroos. That's what you know, as a little kid, that's what you think about. But you know, there's a saying that with age comes experience. Now pay attention here, okay? Because this is the quiz, okay? With age comes experience. With experience comes knowledge. With knowledge comes wisdom. What does wisdom bring? What does wisdom bring? And don't Google it, okay? Don't Google it. With age comes experience. Experience brings knowledge. Knowledge brings wisdom. What does wisdom bring? But when I was a little kid, you know, I didn't have any of that. I didn't have age, experience, knowledge, or wisdom at all. I still did pretty good in school, but but I probably would have been done better if I applied myself. But anyway, what I didn't really realize back then was the greatest benefit of traveling above everything else. It's not the places you go. It's not the things you do. It's not the refrigerator magnets that you collect that you can go home and put on your refrigerator and have company come over for dinner and say, wow, you've been to all these places? No, it's none of that. What it is it's the people that you meet. It really is. It's the people that you meet that really make the difference. It's the friendships that you develop. All be their all be the lifelong friendships or just passing friendships. But it's the people that you meet that bring the greatest reward, without question. And you know, last night I sat down for dinner with two of the two such people, Graham and Denise. And up until coming to Newcastle, I had never met either of them, and had the opportunity to spend a little bit of time with them, and you know, just salt of the earth, good people, really, really. Graham and Denise, if you're watching this, you really are. I mean, you've been one of the highlights of my trip. Meeting the two of you and the camel ride and the, you know, all that type of stuff. But we had an eat and greet last night. Skip Smith calls them a meet and greet. That's what he calls them. He calls them a meet and greet. But you know, I call a spade a spade. It's an eat and greet. We eat and meet, eat and greet. You know, whatever it was. But anyway, and thanks for the dinner, by the way. I appreciate it. But no, but boy, Denise and her partner Graham are just really, really wonderful people. And I never would have expected, you know, when I was a little kid growing up, I never would have expected that I would get so much out of meeting people as I have. And you know, in another week, I'll be meeting a whole nother group of people. I'll be meeting Carlo down in Melbourne. And Carlo and I, we've had a lot of phone conversations over the years. We've never met each other, but a lot of phone conversations with each other. And boy, Carlo, if you're watching this, I'm really looking forward to meeting you. It's going to be I'm hoping for a really nice time. I'm going to spend several days with Carlo, and it's going to give me a much needed respite. I think it's going to give me a little stability. It'll give me some much needed stability on my trip, I think. And speaking of my trip, those of you that follow me, you know that I can be frugal. I laugh. My dad used to laugh. That's what he would say. But I can be frugal when I want to be. I can also, splurge and buy something nice, like a nice truck or a camper or something like that. But I've kind of made a decision in these last few days that I've got about a month left on this trip for all intent and purpose. I've got about another month left on this trip. And I've been thinking to myself, what am I doing staying in dodgy little Airbnb places? I mean, the place I stayed the other day, it was okay. It was comfortable enough, but it just wasn't it just wasn't what I would ultimately want to find in a place. But so I've been thinking about it, and I've got all these miles. I have all these points, if you will, call them points, that can be redeemed for hotel accommodations. And the other day I woke up and I found myself thinking about this trip in the South Island of New Zealand with the lovely Michelle. And I thought to myself, when is the next time, if ever, I'm going to take such a trip across the South Island of New Zealand for autumn? I mean, really, I'd say that's a once in a lifetime trip, but with me, you never know. But there's a very good chance that I won't be doing such a trip again. And I'm sitting on all these frickin' miles sitting on all these miles or points. I keep wanting to call them miles, but they're points. I'm sitting on 500,000 of these points in my account, thinking that I gotta save them. I gotta save them. I want more. I want more points. But somebody once told me that I can't take my points with me. When I die, I can't take them with me. I can't. I don't know that they have travel lodges in heaven. Maybe I should. Maybe I should hold on to my points. But anyway, I find myself thinking that, what, I'm gonna use my miles conservatively, but I'm gonna use my miles, and I'm gonna give Michelle a nice vacation. It's gonna be, God willing, and knock on wood, it's gonna be probably, I think, I don't know, Michelle's a well-traveled person, but it's going to be one of the greatest trips of her life. And one of the greatest trips of my life, I think. I mean, just the Ferg Burger alone, just getting the Ferg Burger in Queenstown. Google that, Tom Hall Ferg Burger, Fergburge, Tom Hall Ferg Burger, or something like that. But just the Ferg Burger alone in Queenstown is going to be worth it. But I'm going to set aside my work for the better part of 2 weeks. I'll still do a little bit, but not very much. I'm going to set aside my work. I'm going to take a vacation, and I'm going to I'm gonna treat Michelle to some really nice places, nice experiences, and do it right, so to speak. So that's what I woke up. That's what I resolved myself to the other day. And speaking of nice places, I'm moving on today. I'm leaving here in just a few minutes. And for the next, what is it? Wednesday, today's Wednesday? Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. For the next 5 nights, I booked a room in 2 beautiful resorts. Today, I'm going to the Crown Plaza in Terrigal, Terririgal. So I'm going to the Crown Plaza in Terrigal, right on the beach for 3 nights, 2 nights, Wednesday and Thursday. And then I booked 3 nights in the Blue Mountains. I forget the name of the resort, but it's a beautiful resort. So I got a big, beautiful room with a big king bed, and right there in downtown Katoomba. Katoomba, yeah. We're gonna do the Katoomba walk and talk, right? The Katoomba, Katoomba, Katoomba. So we'll do the Katoomba walk and talk. But I have 3 nights in Katoomba, and I'm gonna go see the Three Sisters, and the Three Sisters, and the steepest railway, and all that stuff. I'm gonna try to have some. I'm gonna try to have a nice weekend up in the Blue Mountains, and then check out on Monday. And I've got about I'll have 5 days to drive 8 hours to make it to Melbourne, and maybe a week from this Friday night, we're all gonna get naked for Satan. And I know what Atal is thinking. She's thinking, naked for Satan? What the hell are you talking about? But just wait. Just wait. Oz and I are going to get naked for Satan. You'll see. But anyway, in closing, as I close out the video, I'm really curious to know something, because it intrigues me. I've got this analytical mind, and there's some things that I just can't figure out, to be quite honest with you. For example, yesterday, I woke up early, and I went out and I did this drone shot of the attractions of Newcastle. And to be quite honest with you, not to toot my own horn, I think it came out pretty damn good. It really did. I mean, there's a skill, there's a skill to putting together the composition. There's a skill to getting the right shots, and there's a skill to choosing the right music and all that stuff. It all takes some of it is just skill, and other is just other aspects of it is luck, and other aspects of it is practice. But I upload that video, and I would think that a lot of people would want to watch that. But no. 2 to 3 times the amount of people that watch that video watch my Greed is Good video. What is it about these videos that I do? These morning talks. What is it about these videos that are more appealing or more interesting, maybe is the word, to people than a 4K drone flight over Newcastle with waves crashing into a pool and all that kind of stuff? I don't get it. But anyway, all right, I need to get on with my day. I have an hour-and-a-half drive today down the coast. I'm going from Newcastle to Terrigal, and I'm Denise and Graham told me to take the coastal route, so that's what I'm going to do. And I see somebody over there in Italy keeps a per cortisa sente de mangiare quando pare regola and our quando. Anybody can translate this? Quando siamo a tavola, grazie mille per la comprensione. And I think there's a little there's a little rose. I got a little rose, but I wish I had a translator. So anyway, all right, folks. Time to get on with my day and let you guys all do the same. All right, take good care. Bye bye.